Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine an award that goes, well, way beyond just the usual stuff like financial reports or, fleeting trends. We're talking about recognizing an organization for genuinely building the infrastructure for a better future. Embedding impact deep down, what does that actually look like in practice? Today, we're taking a deep dive into exactly that. We're looking at the Kvikoo Impact Honors, that's pronounced Kvikoo, and specifically the recent recognition of NZTech.
Ah, NZTech, a really fascinating case study.
Definitely. And our mission here is to understand, well, what are these honors? Why NZTech? And crucially, how does their whole approach give us a kind of blueprint for positive change? Not just in tech, but maybe anywhere.
Right. And the sources we're drawing on, the Kvikoo Judges Report and NZTech's own ESG report from September 2024, they really give a full picture.
ESG, environmental, social, governance, good reminder.
Yeah. And what's striking is how holistic it is. It's really moving beyond just doing less harm.
Okay.
It's actively about generating good, driving real transformation. It's fundamental to how they operate.
That's a key difference. So NZTech, let's paint a picture. They're Aotearoa, New Zealand's biggest technology industry association, right?
That's right. And the scale is pretty significant. They support over 2,500 member organizations.
Wow.
Yeah, and those members represent, get this, over 10% of the entire national workforce across 15 different tech communities. So huge influence.
That is a serious footprint.
And they seem very intentional about using that influence. Their mission is clear: lifting the whole tech ecosystem through equity, sustainability, digital inclusion.
So quite broad.
Very. They talk about fostering a values-led
Yeah.
tech community and really focusing on enabling tech for good. It's a way beyond what you might expect from a typical industry body.
And that ambition, that's what got them the Kvikoo Impact Honors, specifically in the Inclusive Innovation Matters category.
Exactly.
But, okay, lots of organizations talk about ESG or impact. What makes NZTech stand out? How are they really embedding these future fit principles the award highlights? What's the difference?
That's the core question, isn't it? The Kvikoo Honors aren't just symbolic. They spotlight organizations genuinely weaving these principles into their, well, everything, their operations, their impact. To get it, you need to understand the Future Fit Business benchmark itself. It's a methodology developed by a UK charity.
Okay.
And it's designed to help businesses actually build a better world. Think of it like a science-backed roadmap. It guides you, lets you measure progress, report on it tangibly. It gives you that objective view.
Right, a clear framework. And I gather it has two main parts, the first being these break-even goals.
Precisely. Break-even goals. These are like the baseline, the absolute minimum every business needs to reach just to be sure it's not slowing down progress to a flourishing future.
So fundamentally, it's about do no harm, don't make things worse.
Exactly. That's the starting point. And NZTech's performance here, detailed in their 2024 report, is, well, it's pretty impressive. They're very transparent, reporting against all 23 goals.
All 23?
Yep. And they have near perfect scores in really key areas: governance, social, environmental.
Okay, give us some examples.
Sure. So renewable energy, B01, they scored 88%, which is already good. But they're actually on track for 100% because they have a new carbon-positive electricity contract starting this April.
So moving towards fully sustainable energy use. Nice. What else?
Well, they hit 100% on several crucial ones. BE05, operational emissions, gone, eliminated harmful emissions.
Okay, that's big.
BE21, tax ethics, 100%. Paying the right tax on time. BE22, corporate influence, 100%. Only using their influence for society's progress.
That corporate influence one is interesting, setting a high bar there.
It really is. And there are others at 100% too. Things like living wage, fair employment terms, handling employee concerns properly, business ethics.
So covering a lot of ground internally.
Absolutely. And also product-related goals are at 100% clear communication, handling product concerns, minimizing harm from products, even product greenhouse gas emissions. It shows they've really embedded these ethical practices deep inside their operations. It's not just a policy document somewhere.
And what makes it feel more real, perhaps, is that they're also open about where they aren't perfect.
Exactly. That's crucial for credibility. They openly reported a 50% score on BE13, discrimination.
Okay.
They acknowledged it, said policies are there, but they need to review the actual processes to make sure they're truly effective. Real honesty.
And waste.
Yeah, BE07, operational waste, that was 0%. They reported 400 kilograms of landfill waste last year and straight up recommended putting a waste minimization initiative in place.
Okay. So not hiding the gaps.
Not at all. And that commitment to rigorous self-assessment, that's the whole spirit of Future Fit.
Mhm.
It shows they're serious about improving, not just, presenting a perfect picture.
Definitely builds trust. So that's the Do No Harm Foundation. But you said there's another
Yeah,
part.
that's where it gets perhaps even more interesting. The positive pursuits. This is about going beyond break even.
Yep.
It's about actively being a force for good,
Right.
tackling systemic challenges. These aren't just small, random acts. They call them systemic interventions, coordinated action.
Systemic interventions. So bigger picture stuff.
Exactly. And NZTech is actively using this framework to evaluate and describe the positive impact they're having.
And what does that look like in practice? What are these initiatives?
Well, one really powerful example is ShadowTech. Have you heard of it?
I think so, yeah. It's about getting girls into tech.
Precisely. It's an annual program. Inspires over 1,000 schoolgirls, years 9 to 11, every year. Shows them what tech careers are really like. It's run by Tech Women, NZ, part of the NZTech group, and it's been going since 2014.
And that's so important given the numbers, right? Women are still seriously underrepresented. What was it? Only 29% of the digital IT workforce in NZ.
Yeah, and only 24% of IT grads are female.
Hmm.
So ShadowTech is directly tackling those barriers, those myths about tech.
Imagine the impact on a young girl seeing possibilities she maybe never considered. That's tangible change.
Absolutely. Then there's their climate tech roadmap. This is another major positive pursuit.
A roadmap for climate.
Yeah, but specifically using tech. It's a strategic framework to coordinate the whole country's tech-enabled decarbonization efforts, trying to get investment and innovation aligned for maximum impact on emissions.
That sounds incredibly ambitious. What does it involve?
It's quite comprehensive. It talks about needing strong leadership from industry and government, building critical foundation skills, finance, R&D, identifying key technology enablers, things like better data use, IoT sensors, AI, even Maori tech.
Maori tech. Interesting.
Yeah, recognizing unique contributions there. And then applying all that to specific opportunities in sectors like agriculture, energy, transport, waste. It's a whole of system view.
So they're not just looking inward at their own operations anymore. They're trying to shape the whole national landscape.
Exactly. That's the systemic leadership piece. And beyond those big programs, they're involved in other positive pursuits too, sharing data to help others reduce their negative impact, advocating for digital equity,
Digital equity, yeah, crucial.
and amplifying positive impact through things like the Tech Alliance and promoting AI for environmental solutions. It's broad and deep.
And I assume this lines up with bigger global frameworks like the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Definitely. You can see clear links. ShadowTech hits SDG 4, quality education, and SDG 5, gender equality.
Makes sense.
The broader innovation work connects to SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. The Climate Tech Roadmap is obviously SDG 13, climate action, and their whole collaborative approach speaks to SDG 17, partnerships for the goals.
So it's intentionally aligned with those global targets.
Very much so. And the
Ah.
Kvikoo judge really picked up on this. There was this powerful comment in the report. They said, NZTech is a model for how an industry association can lead systemic change, not just internally, but nationally.
Wow. That's quite an endorsement, a model for systemic change.
Yeah. The judge highlighted their bold integration of future fit goals paired with real-world impact programs. It underlines that this isn't just ESG reporting as usual.
No, it sounds like they're genuinely building the infrastructure for, well, the future of ESG almost.
That's a good way to put it. And their transparency, even about the areas needing work, that just reinforces the commitment. It's about real progress, not just looking good on paper.
So listening to this, what should you take away from it?
Well, it really prompts a question, doesn't it? For anyone listening, how could these principles, doing no harm, the break-even goals, and actively doing good, the positive pursuits, how could they apply in your work, in your organization,
Yeah.
or even just the industries you interact with? How could we all use these ideas to genuinely speed up societal progress?
That's a powerful question to reflect on. So just to quickly recap our deep dive today, we've looked at the Kvikoo Impact Honors, pronounced Kvikoo, and why NZTech earned that recognition.
Yeah, their deep commitment to the Future Fit business benchmark.
Right. Both minimizing harm, hitting those break-even goals, and maximizing good through amazing initiatives like ShadowTech and that comprehensive climate tech roadmap.
It's a compelling picture of leadership.
It really is. And it leaves us with a final thought. If one industry association can set standards like this and drive change systemically, imagine the collective impact if more sectors truly adopted these future fit principles. Could that really accelerate us towards, well, that flourishing future they talk about? Thank you very much for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've gained some valuable insights.